Hi friends, in today's session let us see Karnataka TET related syllabus. Paper second, first one is child development and pedagogy. In child development, concept of development and its relationship with learning, principles of development of children's influence of the hereditary and environment. Socialization process, social world and children's teachers, parents and peer. Concept of a child-centered and progressive education. Piaget, Kohlberg, Vygotsky construct and critical perspectives of the construct of intelligence, multidimensional and intelligence, language and thoughts. Gender as a social construct, gender roles, gender bias, and educational practices, individual differences among the learners, understanding differences based of the diversity of languages, caste, gender, community, and religion, etc. Distinction between assessment of learning and assessment for learning. School-based assessment, continuous and comprehensive evaluation, perspectives and practices, formulating appropriate questions for the assessing and readiness level of learners, for enhancing learning and critical thinking in the classroom, and for the assessing learners' achievement. Concept of inclusive education, the understanding children with special needs, addressing learners for the diverse background, including De-approved, addressing the needs of children with learning difficulties and impairment, etc., addressing the talent, creative and especially able learners. Learning and pedagogy, how children think and learn, how and why children fail to achieve success in a school performance. Basic processes of teaching and learning, children's strategy, learning as a social activity and a social context, learning children as a problem solver and scientific investigation. Alternative concept of learning in children's understanding, children's error and significant steps in the learning process, and cognition of motivations and learning factors contributing to the learning, personal and environment. Now let's see syllabus related to the language first. Language comprehension related unseen passage, answering and questioning based on the given unseen passage, prose, drama or poetry. Pedagogy of language development, learning and acquisition, principles of language teaching, role of listening and speaking, functions of language and how children use it as a tool. Challenges of teaching language in the diverse classroom and language skills. Teaching learning material, textbook, multimedia material, multilingual resources of the classroom, remedial teaching. Language second syllabus, comprehension to unseen passages, discursive or literary or narrative and or scientific. With question on the comprehension, grammar and verbal ability. Pedagogy of language development, learning and acquisition, principles of language, teaching role of listening and speaking, functions of language and how children use it as a tool, critical perspectives on the rules of grammar in learning and language for the communicating. Ideas variably and in a return from the challenges of teaching learning in the diverse classroom, language difficulties, errors and disorder, challenges of the teaching and language in the diverse classroom, language difficulties, errors and disorder, evaluating language comprehension and proficiency, speaking, listening, reading and writing, teaching learning material, textbook, multimedia, media, multilingual resources of the classroom, remedial teaching. Now let's see social science syllabus. Social science content, history, when, where, and how the earlier societies and first cities, earlier state, new ideas, and first empire, contacts with distant land, political development, and cultural and science, new kings and kingdoms, Sultan of Delhi, architecture, creation of an empire, social changes and regional cultural, the establishment of a company power, rural life and society, colonialism and tribal societies, the revolt of 1857 to 1858, women's and reforms, challenging and caste system and nationalist movement in India after independence. In the social science syllabus, now let's see geography. Geography as a social study and as a science, planet Earth in the solar system, global environment in totality, natural and human environment, air, water, human environment, settlement, transport and communication resources, types of natural and human agriculture. In social science, we see that now let's see political life. Diversity, government, local government, making living democracy, state government, understanding media, unpacking gender, the constitution, parliamentary government, the judiciary, social justice, and marginalized. Social science, now let's see pedagogical issues, concept of a natural and a social science. Social studies, classroom process and activities and discourses, developing critical thinking and inquiry, empirical evidence and problem of teaching social sciences, social studies sources, primary and secondary project work, content and method of evaluation. Those are all the syllabus of Karnataka TET examination. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you all like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel.